I like to refer to myself as one of the fearless, disruptive leaders of my day, especially in spaces of the church and the marketplace. And I got to learn about Global Leadership Summit when a friend of mine extended an invitation a couple of years ago. See, I come from marketing and communications background, and my role that I would serve in during that time was to help create awareness and increase human traffic that would come through the event that year. So I got really interested, and I was very, very happy to come along and just serve the Global Leadership Summit. But when I got in, I began to interface with some of the content that was available for that year, and it just blew my mind away. One of the speakers that year was Craig Groeschel, and he was sharing the 3 Ds of anticipatory leadership, and he said if you want to go to a preferred outcome in the future, you need to make appropriate decisions today. And he said the 3 Ds that would then impact that would start with developing a situational awareness of the reality of your current state now, and the other was discerning the future opportunities and discerning the future threats. But this was the D that really like shook everything in me. He said being able to disrupt what is with what could be. And I had that word, I'd had it before, but I said, what can that even be used in the spaces of leadership? But he explained on how they as a church, Life Church, had been able to go ahead of themselves and do things that had never been done before, things that they had been doing with the Bible, the U version, and a lot of content that they were just giving away for free. I dug deeper and I went on there, and they just began to listen to a lot of their sermons, their messages, their styles of how they were doing church. I was amazed. And around the same time, my wife and I were toiling with the decision, with the thing that God had placed upon our lives. We felt that God wanted us to plant a church, and we didn't even know how this was going to pan out. We didn't know how it was going to formulate. And I discovered something interesting as well. We discovered that Craig, 20 years ago, he was in a similar place that I was in. He was dreaming of planting a church, which now we know to be Life Church, that would express itself differently, that would impact the generation of its day differently, that would appeal to people that are far from Christ. And so I began to look at what Life Church was doing and what Craig Groeschel had been doing, and we began to see what we could possibly bring into our context in Uganda and appeal to the young people, especially the younger generation, because getting this content enabled us and empowered us so much that we began to see that this was possible. And so we began, I looked around, gathered a couple of friends, and we met in restaurants, we met in our homes, and almost 4 months now, we planted a vibrant young church. And I'm just so excited that this global leadership content was able to literally impact my life at that time, and help me as well, and empower me as well to be able to be the leader that I am today. Thank you so much.